Alright, now we could find some street elements like street roadblocks, and we need to find something to match with our angle overlay and which type you like. Also, I want to introduce a website and a plugin which very useful for you, but you need to purchase. But because of that, I didn't use that in our project. But if we go to the Pixel Squid, yep, Pixel Squid is one of the websites of TurboSquid for 3D, but you don't have 3D. You have access to 360 spherical images of rendered 3D, and which have a plugin. We could use it directly in Photoshop. Allow me to search, for example, car or vehicle. See what I'm talking about. For example, imagine you want to add this car into your scene. Instead of searching on and on for the match the angle or render 3D element, as you see, this is 3D. You could rotate it and match with your camera angle. For example, something like that. For our project, it is ideal. You could install Pixel Squid plugin and use directly from website, apply into your scene. But because I don't want to use, just as show, for example, something like that for free, which include, of course, watermark. Alright, I downloaded, which include watermarks, I know, but just watch. It is transparent, and you have even option to say with shadow or without shadow. See, you could set, for example, the angle is not correct, so this plugin is directly working on Photoshop, and you could work interactively here. But just because I didn't install, just for example, I'm searching something like that and applying this image directly in my scene to match. You see, it is matching perfectly with my camera angle. And of course, you could set your lighting and color adjustment or so to match with your scene. But because we won't use it, so we have to search. Looking for Roadblock, you could purchase from different websites. Also, you could find package something like WizPeople or many other websites for that. Or just as an example, I'm going to TurboSquid to show you how it's working. Roadblock, because I'm just showing you as an example. See, something like that. And usually in TurboSquid for Checkmate Lite and Pro, you have to render 360, which I will mention these tutorials on my YouTube. So I could search and match something with similar angle. Allow me to check. Okay, maybe something like that. Right click, copy image. Note that this is not the correct way you have to purchase, but just as an example, I'm using with low quality. Paste, go to select menu, subject, and I think this is fine. Create mask and move it in your scene. Yes. Okay, the angle is not so matched, but it is okay. Control or Command T. I think better to convert it to smart object. And now I'm trying to match with my angle. You see? Try to find somewhere that is matching with your camera. Okay, maybe a bit smaller. And match camera. I could set here. Allow me to decrease opacity. See, I'm using this section as guide. However, we have this grids here, here, and if I Increase the size with camera match. Okay. I'm just trying to find the correct angle. Okay, and okay. You see now this is matched with our camera angle. Also maybe a bit here. Okay. That's fine enough. Now I could replicate this block in the whole scene anywhere I need. As you see, my street doesn't match, but it is fine. Just make it smaller. Maybe start from here. I will fix the road later on, nothing to worry. But note that I'm making this something like that. I don't want to copy here and here and here, so on and so on. Allow me to match with this road. I think it is better. To repeat something with same angle and perspective portion, we have perfect option here. Allow me to make it larger, it is fine. Instead of press Ctrl or Command T or holding down Alt or Option and copy, first, because it is smart and sadly is not working fine, I duplicate my layer, hide below layer, and right click rasterize. Now press Ctrl Alt or Command Option T and make your transformation. For example, it should be here, right? Smaller, something like that. Okay. You see, this is fine. Now hold on the Shift Ctrl Alt or Shift Command option on Mac and press T. You see, it's repeating and repeating and repeating, and this is great. But I think my perspective, it is too small, so I make it a bit larger and maybe less perspective angle. Okay. Now try it. Control Alt or Command Option T. Move it down. A bit smaller. I think this is getting too small. So it should be fixed here. Yep, something like that maybe. Okay, Control Alt or Command Option T. Here. Allow me to make it match with my scene. Alright, I think that's great. Don't worry about angle too much, but still it could deform it. But I don't recommend it. Okay. Now Control Alt Shift or Command Option Shift and T. You see? It's automatically continuing into your project. Now because we didn't make them smart, I could merge them all together. Control or Command E. Okay, I think now it's better to convert to smart and set the place. Control or Command T and match with your project angle. And I think this is very large, so they should be smaller. And here. And here. Now we could even use our grid as a help. Yes, it is perfect. Okay. I think this is almost matching. Nothing to worry. Okay. Now I think, should be move it a bit up. Okay. And adjust the colors and lights. Control or Command U. Desaturate a bit. I could shift the color to maybe a bit bluish, or just use curves, Control or Command M, make it overall darker, much more darker. Okay, we need much less red values, much less green values, and increase the blue values, not too much. And again, I will make it darker, and Control U, desaturate it. And I think maybe exposure help us here to match with our project. Okay, maybe with gamma. Depends on you how much you wanna make it dark. Maybe a bit blue tint will help. So I create solid color. It's same color, it is fine. Hold on the Alt option and click. And find something like maybe overlay this time. Okay, maybe lighter blue, but we need this blue tint to match. Check, we need to match with this scene. Okay, you could use darker blue, but increase the light amount. I think that's fine. Okay, now we could decide we need to make roadblocks here or not. I think it could be helpful, or just add another street here. Let's continue on in next video.